Hi everybody, Game Cooker Yours Rocks VR here. How y'all doing? Um, just figured I'd jump on and do a little video. Um, just looking at some Steam news here and the trends on Steam, and talk a little bit about Pal World. I don't know if the music is too loud, but hopefully it isn't. So if you didn't know already, if you're not a Steam user, Steam is having another Next Fest, which is basically a presentation of upcoming games, and with that they offer demos to try out the game. So you know, if you were looking at one of these games and you want to just try it out, you can do that. So one of the most recent games that came out is called Enshrouded. That was presented in the last year's Next Fest, the autumn Next Fest. I played that for like 5 hours or something, I think it was. Tried it out, checked it out. So did a bunch of other people did too. So a lot of people were kind of looking forward to that game. And then it was released, I think this past week after Pal World was. And it sold pretty well. Not as well as Pal World, but it sold pretty well. So having these kind of sneak peeks at the games, I think, is a good thing for developers, and I think developers should jump on board. I think the problem that we have in the gaming community today is with the games journalists and the access media, where you have these AAA companies giving game keys out to certain influencers. Excuse me, I just ate. And you don't really know who you can trust, right? You don't know, like, if the influencer is giving you like a true representation of what the game has to offer, or its presentation, or how it looks. Because some of these influencers, they want to make sure that they keep getting these keys, right, for free, free games and stuff. And it's the same thing in the PC hardware space. It's like a lot of these like tech sites, they get all these free GPUs and CPUs, and of course you can tell who shills for who. I mean, but whatever. So this is a great way for you to try the game out, so that you can have an opinion on it and not have to listen to someone else's opinion. So if you sign up for Steam now, if you have Steam, it's plastered all over the store page, so you can't really miss it. But just in case you're working and you don't have a lot of time, you're missing this stuff, get on here and check it out. So you can see a bunch of games. I made this bigger so it's easier to see. So Helldivers here, you can click on that, right, enter, and apparently, I guess, I don't think this is for sale yet. Now see, this one for some reason is going against the grain here. Let me look. Okay, so this is coming out on the 8th. So it's supposed to be, this is not supposed to be happening. If you click on Next Fest, anything that's in here is supposed to have a demo. But maybe I misunderstood that. Okay, here we go. Okay, so... Right, so I might end up playing a couple of these games this week, so just to check them out. Like here, you can check out Outcast New Beginning, which is what a lot of people are actually waiting for. And you can actually play the demo. You just click on download. Open up Steam. Install it, you know, where you want to install it. And there you go. Well, you couldn't see that because I don't have it up. Anyway, Steam will open up though. Alright, so you just do that. I'm in the browser. I'm not in actual Steam here showing you guys because it's a lot easier to just open up new tabs and stuff like that. But yeah, they got quite a few games here. Now, when I look at these, I'll just show you how when I'm browsing for games, what interests me. Okay? So you can go by like category, right? Or you can just go down here and say trending upcoming, most wish list, daily active demo players. I usually just do the trending upcoming. You know, you can kind of see stuff here like Dungeon Born. It's a dungeon crawler action RPG PvP. So as soon as I see PvP, I probably don't want to play it. So if I go to the page here and look at a little bit more up on it, like it has single player, it has PvP, and it has co-op. So how are they implementing the PvP here, right? So embrace your role as a fighter, priest, rogue, swordmaster, pyromancer, cryomancer, or death knight. First person clarity, feel the power of each spell. So this is not third person, I guess. It blends the immediacy of first person with the depth of RPG. So where's the PvP here now? It doesn't really go into detail on that, which it should, right? It should explain. Now you can go into the discussions, right? But it says PvPvE. So it says you can venture solo or join forces with companions to hunt for treasure, explore dungeons, and battle terrifying monsters and adversaries. Escape before succumbing to darkness and greed. So, I'm curious about that last part where it says you have to escape. And of course you can see some screenshots here. Again, the first person might turn some people off. So I'm wondering like if this is like a roguelike type thing. It doesn't say roguelike, it says dungeon crawler. But it sounds like to me that you go into a dungeon, you clear it out, and then you leave, and then go to the next dungeon. That's what it kind of implies here. Survive the dungeons. Delve into corridors on solo, or brave the multi-floor Sinner's End with up to 2 allies. Discover hordes of priceless artifacts and defeat the monsters that guard them. Then lead your party to safety before these walls become your tomb. So yeah. So I mean, it sounds interesting to me. I'm not sure I want to try it, but I might go ahead and say download. And again, it will open up Steam and you'll start installing it, right? So. Right, so that one's kind of like 50-50. But this is again why it's good to have a demo, right? Because you get to try it out and see if it's for you. And then you don't have to waste your time, right, when the game comes out and pay whatever it's going to be, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, whatever they charge. And then you get in the game and you're like, oh man, this is not really for me, or it's a piece of crap. and then you have to, uninstall it, and then you got to ask for a refund. It's just, I know all that stuff is like not taking too much time, but some people do have metered connections, when they download, or it takes them a long time to download stuff, and they're waiting and waiting, and then only to find out they hate the game. So here's another one, Soul Mask. Survival sandbox building open world survival craft. Okay, so open world sounds great for me, but survival and crafting and sim are not necessarily my forte. Now I am playing Pal World, which is like a survival monster catching kind of a game, right? But you can kind of tweak the server how you want it, so that if you want to tone down the survival aspects, you can. And of course, the catching the pals in Pal World is quite interesting and engaging, and it kind of keeps you busy doing that. You're not like, you don't feel like you're in a survival world. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you have to feed your pals, you got to feed yourself, but that's not really that big of a deal, especially if you tone down the requirements so that you don't have to eat as often, which always annoys me in survival games. Like, that's one of the things that annoy me about survival games. Is like, you eat a big meal, and then a half hour later it's saying you're starving. Like, what? Are you, like, what frick is going on there, right? So sorry if I'm talking loud in the mic. Yeah, it's just dumb, in my opinion. It's like, like I would rather them, like, I don't know, have me go out into the world, grind for materials, right? So that I can craft better stuff. Like, I don't want to have to worry about, like, cooking all the time. Like, that's the worst thing to me about a survival game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to cook in a survival game, to be honest with you. I would rather just, like, kill a boar, collect the meat, I don't know, maybe just have to cook it once, right? Dry it on a rack, and then it's good to go, right? You carry it around with you. It doesn't spoil. It doesn't do any of that, But again, for me, I don't really care about having, I don't even want to have to worry about cooking in a survival game. If I see berries out in the road, then I'll just eat them. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's just the one part that annoys the heck out of me, because it's like, it's not realistic, where you have to drink, like, constantly and eat constantly. It's just dumb. Let me focus on sending me out to go adventure. Make me go out to adventure, and so that I can get materials to, like, make a healing potion, or, whatever, a strength potion or mana potion, like, that would be more useful to me than having to worry about eating every half hour, every 10 minutes, Anyway, so I mean, this game looks okay, although Enshrouded looked okay in screenshots too, but Enshrouded is not really a great looking game. And I'm not saying Pal World is like a Picasso, Yeah, well, Picasso paintings, some people say they're ugly, but the Mona Lisa or whatever, Michelangelo. Enshrouded didn't look that great. It was okay, but it wasn't that great looking. It was a basic looking game graphically. Again, I don't have a problem with open world games, and even survival games to an extent, although I don't like them usually. Like, if they had a survival game where you had questing to do, right, where it had, like, a single player campaign in it, then that would be perfect for me. You know what I'm saying? But to just go out there and craft stuff and fight with other players, that's not me. That doesn't do anything for me. To just kill people all day long, every day. Like, what? I don't understand the appeal to that, but anyway. So anyway, Soul Mask. Escaping a deadly sacrificial ritual, you'll find an ancient mystical mask on your journey. This mask holds potential knowledge changing the world you knew. Face the harsh challenges of nature, survive, rally followers, and build your own tribe. Explore and unveil the truths behind the mask. Now this is labeled an MMO. So that's it. Sounds like an online only, always online kind of a deal. How is that work in a demo? I guess you're just gonna try out the game. So it doesn't say PvP as if it's forced. But it says here, Soul Mask is a sandbox game that prioritizes an authentic survival experience. As the last one blessed with the mysterious mask, players will grapple for survival in a primitive land steeped in mysterious faiths, carving out the path to ascendance. Start from nothing, explore, build, recruit tribesmen to fortify your clan, and ultimately unravel the mysterious truths hidden behind civilization of this world. So I don't know. It doesn't say go on a questing venture, but I don't know how you're gonna find out the lore. I guess like here they're showing these kinds of points of interest here, so maybe there's something. Maybe you just gotta fight bosses or something to find information. I guess we'll find out. I guess I'll download this too. Again, this is really what AAA developers need to do, right? They need to give you a chance to try the game out before it's released, and let you give feedback, right? Unfortunately, like this is a great idea, right? For indie gamers, indie developers, I mean, because it gives them a way to present their game. This is why I love Steam, because it's got so many good things about it. But the problem is when you have this kind of a scenario where AAA games are just failing us, you're getting like this like influx of indie games, and most of them are garbage. You know what I mean? Most of them are trash, in my opinion, you know. Or they're just simple, right? Side scrollers, pixelated games. And, you know, whatever. If that's what you like, great. But that's not what I like. Like, here's like a, interesting game. I'm not sure about this one. This probably isn't my kind of a game. Although it says shooter. I do like shooters. They don't really show much gameplay here. I mean, this guy's running sideways, so it seems like it's a side scroller slash 3D mixed together. So it's probably not really my cup of tea. Again, the graphics don't really appeal to me. I'm not really into that kind of artistic kind of thing. So, like, this is probably one that could be entertaining, but I'm skipping it because I just don't. I won't like the way it looks. I'm all about realistic graphics. You know what I mean? So here's another dungeon crawler type game. It's Battle Royale. So, you know, I'll probably skip it. Dungeon Stalkers. So if it doesn't have like a straight single player campaign where you don't have to engage in PvP, then I probably won't go for it. So let's read it though. Dungeon Stalkers is a PvEvP dungeon crawler game where you can experience the joy of exploration and survival in a classic RPG. Join forces with your companions to defeat other adventurers, monsters, and acquire equipment and treasures. Then escape safely from the witch's curse. So this is basically another enter a dungeon, clear the dungeon, escape the dungeon. I mean, it's like, did I already look at this? It seems like the first one. Yeah, so if this is forced PvP, then I'm just not going to be for it, to be honest with you. You know? Like, I wouldn't mind just having a dungeon crawler. But, you know, you can look into discussions to get more details. It says here, Dungeon Stalkers is a game that combines the essence of traditional dungeon RPGs with the thrill of escape, offering you a more enjoyable PvEvP dungeon crawling. Use the unique skills possessed by stalkers and uncover rare and legendary weapons. Safely escape the dungeon with loot and continue to grow stronger. Then confront the former heroes deep within the dungeons who have become guardians of the witch's command. Okay, so that's still kind of vague. But it sounds PvP, which is not something I'm really into. Homeworld 3, I mean, I don't have to say much about that. But apparently, if you're into these kind of sims, you can actually do... that's like a PvP kind of a deal. War games, huh? So if you want to like battle other people, I guess you can try that out. Tribes Revivals, again, this is a team-based shooter. Tribes 3, huh? That's interesting. That just kind of sunk in after saying that. Tribes, huh? I thought that game was long gone. So this is like a PvP co-op thing, so it's probably not something I'm going to be interested in. Incursion Red River. So action shooter, first person, realistic military. I imagine this is PvP, I'm guessing. It says online co-op, so maybe not. Huh, that's interesting. Incursion River is a tactical first person extraction shooter set in war-torn modern-day Vietnam, exclusively single-player and co-op. Customize your loadout, complete contracts, and extract or die trying. Alright, so is this PvP? It says Incursion Red River is a tactical cooperative extraction shooter based in a destabilized Vietnam. As a contractor to private military organizations that stand to gain from the chaos of the war-torn country, you will engage in ruthless combat, discover dark secrets, and play your advantage as the story unfolds. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Well, this sounds cool. I mean, it seems like it does say single player, so I guess you can do the mission single player as well. So that's something that maybe I will check out too and try it single player just to kind of see what it's about. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. So yeah, but you know, I always worry about games like this because of the AI. The AI, you know, really usually is crap because, you know, nobody programs anymore, so they don't ever have good AI. They only use whatever game engine and that's it. But that seems interesting. Here's a strategy game. If you like strategy games. I mean, the graphics don't look terrible. Strategy City Builder demo. You can also do the play test if you want. Yeah. I don't think I really need to read that. You know, it's a strategy game, so if you like that, or RTS type. So, you know, once you go scroll further down, you can start getting into the adult games. So it's like, eh. So here's a top-down called Wake Runners. So if you like this kind of a game, here's the characters. It's online PvP, so yeah, that one right there. So it's a top-down PvP game. So that one I would skip because I'm not really into that, as I said before. Here's another abiotic factor, online co-op open world base building sci-fi survival. Again, it's a survival game, building game, crafting, eh. It doesn't say PvP, so I'm not really sure what the, you know, what you would be doing in there if they don't have quests. It says abiotic factor is a survival crafting experience for 1 to 6 players set in the depths of an underground research facility, caught between paranormal containment failure and military crusade, and chaos from a dozen realms. The world's greatest minds must survive against the universe's biggest threats. Okay, so there are mobs, so that's good. You know, how good the AI is, that's another story. But it says it's got LAN co-op too, so that might be interesting to some people. Then this Rattenreich is an interesting one. It's a strategy RTS war game, real-time tactics. And some people might be put off by Reich, right, in the in the title. Rattenreich, which is I guess how you pronounce it, is an RTS focusing on realistic combat in a unique steampunk, dieselpunk world, ripped apart by an ongoing war between rats, mice, cockroaches, and lizards. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, it's literally that. It's a rat. Alright, so yeah. That's interesting. So I guess they're being literal there. So if you look at like the video, I'll put it on mute here. So it seems to be more of like a more zoomed in experience, which actually is kind of cool because it makes it look better. You know, it has destructible environments. Dismemberment, obviously, because they just got blown up back there. So, you know, if you like RTS, that might be something to check out. Here's another first-person online co-op shooter, arena shooter. They're just going like crazy. Not interested. Artifact Seeker. This is like a bullet hell type game. Not really my thing. Not really into walking simulators too much. Yeah, I mean, most of these are like, not gonna really be my thing. Here's the start of your adult games here. It's well, it looks like it's a crafting survival game, but it's adult oriented, I guess. I'm not really sure what it just says sexual content and nudity, so I don't know to what extent. I don't probably should be careful going on this thing because it might be nude pictures. Oh that's definitely yeah, that's very adult. So we're skipping that one. Zero Division. This is a deck card builder game, battler game. I'm not really into those. This is a side scroller, Tales of Kinzera. So if you like side scrollers, action adventure, not really for me. Lonely Space, an action RPG simulation action RPG. So Lonely Space is an old-fashioned sci-fi immersive sim game. You find yourself awakened from a hibernetic sleep in docking bay of the Cassiopeia space station. All your crew gone long time ago. You have to rescue them and find out what's going on at the station. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. If your crew is gone, then how are you going to rescue them? The spelling here is quite not English. Yeah, so it just looks like a whatever sci-fi slash psychological horror game, I guess. Shooter. Even though I like those kinds of games, this doesn't really look. I mean, just looking at the screenshots, it doesn't really look like it's something that's gonna really catch my interest. So I'm gonna skip that. Let's see. See, no AAAs here. Like AAA companies should be putting their games here. They should let you play like I don't know, an alpha demo if that's all they're at, or a beta demo. I mean, and all they got to do is be clear, right? Say this game is not finished, right? So please do not judge it based on what is there now, right? We're just showing you what we do have, right? And this is what our future is. This is what we're going to go for, right? Like, this is what we hope the end product will be, and list that, right? Tell people what their goal is for the end product, and say this is what we've gotten so far as a basic foundation, or as a solid foundation, which is what we're going to build on, right? So, just let people give their input, though. Like, these game companies, they just want to, like, be presumptuous and say, well, we're making this game and gamers are going to like it because we say so, or because, like, oh, we're woke and we're pushing all this, like, social justice stuff in the game, and people are just going to like it because of that. Well, how's that going, right? So gamers want good story and they want fun, right? But they want one or the other. They want at least one of those. Both would be great, having a fun game and a great story. But if you have a fun game and a story's like, gamers will tolerate that, right? Or if the game is a little as far as the gameplay, but the story is fantastic, I think gamers would be okay with that. Of course, we want both. We would rather have fun and engaging story, but this is why Pal World is so popular, right? Because of the fun factor. And it has a little mix of everything. It's got a little bit of survival, open world. It's got catch, animals, put them to work, get them to fight with you. You know, you can do dungeons, you can do bosses. You know, the world is big and engaging. You know, you can fly mounts. It's just like, you know, there's just you can ride mounts. It's just so many things about Pal World that just make it fun, right? And it doesn't have to be like, say, the best looking game, because it's not the best looking game. You know, like I would not normally play a game that looks like Pal World, like at all. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, right? And that's kind of sad, only because that's supposed to be Unreal 5 engine, right? So Unreal 5, with all this hype that's been around it for the past couple years, oh, Unreal 5 this, oh, Unreal 5 that, oh, look at these tech demos, oh, look at the Matrix demo, blah, 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 blum. It's like, all right, so in my head I'm thinking, oh, great, every Unreal 5 game is going to look fantastic. It means that they made the Unreal 5 engine in such a way that no matter like what kind of a PC you're going to play on, the game is going to look fantastic. That's not the case, right? If you're playing on a potato, the Unreal 5 is going to look like crap. If you're playing on a 4090 PC, the game is going to look better. But so far, the Unreal 5 games that I have played, they don't look fantastic. But I haven't played them all, so, you know, I'll give that disclaimer. But, you know, it's, so Pal Worlds, you know, it's a nice looking game. It's okay looking for what it is. But it's not like a fantastic looking game. You know, like it doesn't really have the ray tracing built into it, which they should have. But maybe they'll put it in later. I don't know. But and it could be that Pal World is just they just put the basics in, right? They just slapped it together just so people can play it, you know, and then they'll refine it as they go along, which is fine. Because again, the game is fun, so that's all gamers care about. Okay, we're getting late here. It's 37 minutes already. Time flies. So, I don't know, they got all kinds of stuff here. Oriental Valley. Hey, what was that? That looked like Pal World. Is this Unreal 5? Let me see something here. Come on, where is it? See, I mean, like Pal World, right? Like, look at this character. You know? It's like, games look similar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of games look similar because they take ideas from other people. You know? So, come on. But like this game I wouldn't play because I don't like the graphics. I mean, maybe they're the same as Pal World graphics, I don't know, but I don't like the grass. I don't like, you know, I mean, this kind of looks okay. The woodworking, but the outdoors, not great. And it's again a simulation game, so I'm not really big on Sims. I mean, I'm sure they're great for people, some people. So here's a female protagonist, morbid, the Lords of Ire, probably Souls-like, yeah. Highlighting a woman, again, like we really need more women in games. People don't learn their lessons, do they? But it's a hack and slash Souls-like female protagonist from the creators of Morbid the Seven Acolytes, so I don't know that game, but maybe that was an older game from some other period of time. So this scares me too, where it says full controller support, which is great for people who use controllers, but I do not. Right, I don't use controllers. So here it says, face the vile monsters and wade through oceans of gore as you battle to defeat the Lords of Ire in a grim world of pain and suffering. See, again, I would like open world like Elden Ring. Like, if this is linear, yeah, no, it's not really like, I don't know. It's, I mean, I would just play Lies of P. You know what I mean, on Xbox Game Pass. You know? I'm not really big into Souls-like. You know, I just wanna hack, slash, and kill. I don't want to worry about blocking and dodging every, you know, I mean, I don't mind doing that, but usually these games are kind of clunky for me, so. But, you know, if you like a Souls-like game with hopefully a sexy-looking character, of course they don't show her face. So, I don't know what she looks like. She's got long hair. Yeah, so anyway, if you like Souls-like, that's one. But I would pass on that. Here's a multiplayer game. Again, adventure action RPG, dinosaurs. It's co-op, no PvP, I guess, so that's interesting. Become the beast you defeat in the action-packed RPG. Equip and upgrade both your human and beast form and shapeshift between them anytime. Oh, that's an interesting concept. Venture out solo or ride together in co-op on a journey to uncover the dark secrets sealed away inside a legendary city. Alright, that's interesting. So how do you embody the soul of the creature, so to speak? How do you embody the... How do you take on the embodiment of the creature? I guess that's what I should say. Again, the graphics are kind of like but it is a top-down. I mean, I do like top-downs. So action RPG. These are the guys that made the game Drug Dealer, I guess. I'm not sure what that says about them. In this action RPG, you're a monster shifter, equipped with the ability to shapeshift into beasts you defeat. Venture out alone or in co-op with up to 3 friends on a journey to uncover dark secrets. Grow your powers by finding new equipment and learning skills for both your human and beast form to become strong enough to save you what you hold dear. Huh. Okay. So probably everybody you defeat you can probably change into, like, different ones, you know? That's what I'm guessing. Which would be good if you can pick and choose which ones you can change into. Rather than, say, change into only the last creature that you, you know, that you attacked or whatever, killed, you know? Yeah, so this would depend on how much content. So this is probably something I would probably try out. So let's go down the list here. Entropy Survivors. Action like bullet hell. Yeah, more bullet hell. I'm not really into bullet hell games. This is a crime game here. Detective Ritual of the Sea. So do you like detective games? Again, it depends on, like, if is this like, I can't fast forward it. I'm not really in the puzzle games too much, so if this is too puzzle-like, it would be a turn-off for me. And the graphics are not the greatest. I mean, it looks a little funky. So I don't know. This would have to be one that I would have to think about first before I even try it, because it doesn't look like something I will enjoy. Not saying it's a bad game or anything, but, you know, I don't know. The graphics, too much puzzle-like, I don't like, you know. Like, I don't mind solving like crimes and stuff, but not if you have too much, you know. Sometimes developers try to make things too complex, and they end up really making the whole scenario not fun. Because again, fun has to be it. So, Evo Stinction, RPG stealth, story-rich game. Near future, in a remote research facility named here, the AI system controlling got infected by a virus called Red, and subsequently went rogue, starting to attack humans. Dr. Liu decides to infiltrate this lost facility on his own to face the AI, uncover the truth, and save humanity. So, there you go. So much for stealth. The guy's getting whacked. I don't know, it doesn't really... It just seems generic, so I'm not gonna bother with it. I hate to, that's just the way it is for me, man. So here's another side scroller. Weave your own story in the stark fairy tale in the mysterious ancient ruins. You will adventure with Tania to reveal her origins and fate. Is there any chance of survival in the darkest, desperate place? So, single player exploration, atmospheric anime. I'm not big on side scrollers, so, it's not really my thing. I mean, it seems so far very simple. Like, there isn't too much challenge. But I guess it'll get harder and harder. Oh no, a root creature. Oh my god, they stole that. Let's get them for copyright infringement. There's a root creature. Yeah, it's probably not something I'm interested in. Here's another survival game. City builder. Graphics look crappy. Pass for me. See, all these are getting like kind of... Sorry, my nose is really stuffed up. The weather's just changing all the time right now. It's warm and then it's cold, and it's warm, then it's cold. I mean, they got some visual novels. I'm not really too big of a visual novel fan. Another open world survival fighting crafting fantasy game. Dime a dozen now. Action, adventure, survival, horror, first-person shooter. In the gripping world of Borax, survival takes on a new, terrifying dimension. As you step into this open world survival horror game, brace yourself for a journey where every moment is a battle for survival. Every choice, every move, every breath could be your last. Are you ready to face the unknown? Well, again, coming from an indie developer, it's like, I mean, the guy's shooting spiders. Or whatever they are. What the heck are they? Maybe they're not spiders. There's some kind of like face-hugging looking creatures. Yeah, I don't know. This is another one that's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. The graphics just don't look great. It's very generic looking. Like, I mean, it may be okay, but I don't know. I just can't I don't play just every game that comes out. You know, it's like, it's got to be good. That doesn't look good. Captain Hardcore. Whoa, 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 whoa. Can't do that. Okay, I wasn't expecting that because it did not say nudity on there. I mean, it says Captain Hardcore, so that does imply something, but sandbox simulation physics cyberpunk, they forgot to put nudity, adult sexual content. That should be the first thing on the list. Now, to be honest, I don't have a problem with like adult games that have gameplay, right? Like questing and exploration and all that stuff. You know, like obviously if it's just simply sex game, that's a different story. But like, you know, you can have adult games that, you know, are good. You know, I'm sure that, well, when I say good, entertaining, right? Because, you know, Witcher 3 has nudity in it, has sex scenes in it. You know, I'm just saying, you know, obviously that wasn't the focus, right? These games are, you know, obviously the adult side of it's a focus, you know. But, you know, I'm not saying that we should start having adult games all over the place, even if they mimic good regular games, you know. But sometimes I'm just saying, you know, like every once in a while there'll be something that says adult, but it's not really that much adult, you know what I'm saying, content. But the game itself is in its basics okay, you know what I mean? I'm not saying go search all the adult content. I'm not saying that. Here's another survival horror. Ugh, not really for me. Procedural generated mining game. Sounds interesting. Just not for me. Scars of Mars. Real time character customization, replay value, dungeon crawler. So that seems interesting, but something tells me it's not really going to be what I'm thinking it is. Because it's real time strategy still, yeah. It looks like kind of like a turn based thing. So I'm not really into turn based. Wings. Yes? Yeah. After you eat dinner. Okay. Alright. Shekinah has to eat dinner though. Yeah, so see down here you're getting into all the like, you know, adult games and other slop. Power Lust, I can only imagine what that is. This is a top-down. Looks like dungeon isometric dungeon crawler. Beat Slayer, rhythm game. Yeah, so if you don't want to keep looking through this stuff, I mean, again, it's just gonna be the same old stuff. You know what I mean? Down here is a lot of sexual content and just kind of probably low grade stuff. So you can go by category up here. Like if you want RPG, you know, you can click that and then it'll say recommended for you. You know, then you can kind of scroll through these. See if anything catches your eye. Sometimes when you click on this tab, you might see something that you didn't see in the list down below, right? So like this thing here, you know, but that doesn't really look like something I'm interested in, but this is a action RPG that combines exploration with fast-paced magic. Fight the darkness of the lands with a werewolf named Aruma and power of Elegems. Gather ingredients and combine them using spellcrafting and learn spells that will aid you in your journey to unveil the mystery. Alright, so, you know, it might be okay. The graphics, again, they don't look great. We can play it here just a little bit. So you have a tail. Is that a tail that you have? Fight as a werewolf. Okay. I guess you fight as a werewolf. I must have read that wrong. So you have a cute character, I guess. But the game, you know, it looks generic, right? It just looks generic. If we go to the other video here, let's see what that has to offer. See, I'm really into the... They won't let you fast forward it when you're in that mode. So this doesn't really show much here. So you get to pick your character, I guess? I don't know if there's customization though. Yeah, I mean, so... The world just looks very empty. It just looks very generic, you know? So I don't know if it's like one of those kind of things where you know, it's like a dungeon entrance kind of a game where you just click on a thing and then you enter a dungeon and then you go back out into the open world, then you got to click on another one. There's like no open world content because so far it doesn't look like there's much of anything. I mean, look at that world, it's empty. Very empty. You know, it's like why would I play this and not Pal World? I'll download it just to check it out, but I don't think I'm gonna like it. Oops, I went and clicked it. So go back up top here, click RPG again. So again, you might see stuff here that you didn't see before. So here's another Souls-like game here called Codex Lost. Again, not really for me. Now here's one called RSOD. Now is this the... Yeah. Oh, I keep doing that. Sorry. Crap. Darn it. Now I lost it. Here it is. So I gotta open up a new tab. That's what I keep... Yeah, so right off the bat, I mean, looking at the graphics, no. I mean, it's just a no. The graphics are just way too generic. Survival Nation. Action, adventure, survival, top-down, open-world shooter. I'm not really big into top-down survival games. I mean, it looks like online PvP, so when I see the word PvP, I just get scared. Because that's just not my... I'm not scared of fighting people, but just... I don't like PvP. Here's another Souls-like. There's the adult one. We can watch them. We'll click on that one again. Tim or Rudy Online. So that's an online game, so I won't be doing that. Here's another survival RPG open world crafting called Teora. The Last Explorer open world exploration relaxing. I mean, this one looks okay. It's kind of generic. Well, you can ride on a mount, so that's good. There's travel, fast travel. There's the hang glider, the infamous hang glider. See, I mean, every game is gonna. It's like so many people are copying everybody else now. It's like when you say plagiarism, it's really kind of stupid. I mean, look at the superhero games. Like everybody can fly now. Everybody can swing from a rope. Everybody can grapple. Everybody can hang glide. It's like, superheroes are like not superheroes anymore. They're like uniheroes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you like Superman because he was Superman, right? You like Batman because he was Batman. You like Spider-Man because he was Spider-Man. You like Wonder Woman because she was Wonder Woman. Right? They all had like their unique skill set, and that's what you liked about it. But now when you have these superheroes that they have in these games now, it's like they do what everybody else is doing, or at least some of it. It's like, I don't know. It just takes away from the intrigue, right? Because you want to see how, like, if you're watching Superman, you're not watching to see how Superman's going to behave. You're going to watch to see how the villains are going to behave, right? Like, how is the villain going to take down Superman? Right? He's like the, whatever. Traditional. Well, we always thought he was the most powerful, but whatever. He's one of the most powerful superheroes. Okay, so you can't just like shoot him, right, or blow him up. It's just not gonna work, right? So that's the intrigue there. Spider-Man. And Batman. They got to do their investigation, right? They were more investigative, right? Or somebody was always there wanting to challenge Spider-Man or Batman, right? They were always trying to draw them out. Again, you really want to see how the villain's going to deal with Batman and Spider-Man, right? And then you're going to see how Spider-Man and Batman get out of it, right? How are you going to get out of this predicament, right? It seems like they got you, Batman. It seems like they got you, Spider-Man. You know what I mean? But it's like there's no nuance anymore to anything in gaming. It's like cookie cutter, cut and dry, very simplistic. There's really no like mystery, or there's no I don't know how to say it. There's no real twist. There's no amazement. There's no, 3D chess between the characters. You know what I mean? Not really. You might have like a little, like a somewhat shadow of that, but it's very shallow. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I don't want to get in on that. So it's just like this game, right? It's like it's just another survival game. Like, and I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just like, how many open world exploration survival games are you gonna come up with? Like I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it or not. Well, I did the playtest for Nightingale, right? So all I'm gonna say is I did the playtest for Nightingale. And I did play the demo for Enshrouded. And I'm playing Pal World. Right? Why would I want to play any of these games? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just play Nightingale? Why not just play Enshrouded? Why not just play Palworld? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem, right? When you have I really respect indie developers, don't get me wrong. I really respect them a lot, right? So um but what are they really going to bring to the table that um is going to knock these other ones out as far as interest goes? You know, it's like you can only play so many survival games at once. Now, if you're the type of person who just loves survival games and you're a completionist and you have to try every one that's out because of FOMO or whatever, your obsession, then great. That's good for indie developers. You know, because then they just have people that will just play the game. You know, whether it's nothing new or not. You know, again, I'm not saying that indie developers are useless. But you know, like this game right here is single player. I mean, I think at the very least it should be co-op capable, right? Because this would be a perfect game for like a husband or wife, a husband and wife to play together. You know, a father and son to play together or daughter. Um, you know what I'm saying? Two friends get together. Oh, let's jump in The Last Explorer, and play it. You know, like I, to me, co-op should be a thing in these kinds of games. You know, because I think that would just be that much more attractive. Like, if this was co-op, then I would have downloaded it and then asked my friend to hop in with me. Right? But since this is just single player, I'm probably not going to try it out. Now, I might just look at it for the graphics, but again, I just played the Nightingale server test, and without saying too much, why wouldn't I just play that? Like, this is not going to make me want to play this game. Looking at this right here is not going to want me to play this more than Nightingale right now. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so Steam Next Fest, check it out. There's a lot of demos you can try. So, which is good. If you love lots of different genres, lots of different game types, this is the perfect opportunity for you to check out a whole bunch of games for free. Even though they're demos, whatever, you get to play something and get to check them out. And then you also get to give your feedback in the discussions. Let the developer know what you think about the games, right? And then that helps them to make changes, hopefully, based on player feedback. Again, this is what AAA development studios should be doing. I mean, I understand that they want to keep things hush-hush, right? Because they don't want that other developer stealing their idea and going to and hurrying up and making a game. You know what I mean? Like, gamers don't care about that, though. Right? Game companies care about that, but we don't. Right? Like if Starfield 4 years ago said, here, we're going to give you guys a playtest of our game. Right? Here's what we got so far. We have part of it finished. We got something here for you that you can just jump into and just check out. It's not the finished product. It's far from done. Again, just be transparent. If they would have just let people jump into Starfield and experience it a little bit and get to know exactly what they were going to get, which is what we all thought we were going to get, was an open world exploration game. But that's not what we got. Right? We got a zone in teleportation game. Right? and procedural generated planets, which most gamers don't care about. Right? We want handcrafted, unique content. That's what we want. Right? Us real gamers, right? Us hard, like intent game, like immersive gamers want handcrafted content. Like, it's fine if you want to like just interject some procedural generated stuff as a minor part of the game, right? That's fine. But as a primary aspect, don't think so. You can get away with it in Diablo games because whatever, it's a grind game, right? You just got to do the dungeons over and over and over again. So that's like a given. So procedural generated dungeons is kind of okay there because, you know, when you go into that same dungeon for the 10th time, you know, it's going to be a different configuration until of course it starts repeating itself again. But again, that's fine, right? That's fine. So yeah, so this is good. Next Fest is good. All right, so check it out. I was going to talk about other stuff in this video, but it's already an hour and 11 minutes. I can't even believe it's that long. It goes by so fast. Maybe not for you guys listening, but for us talking, for us YouTubers, when we're talking, time goes by super fast. All right, anyway, so that was just my take on the Next Fest and how I look for games. Yeah, so good job, Steam. That's why you're the winner. Right? That's why Steam's the winner, because of stuff like this. You know, Steam offers just the most variety of an experience that you can have as a gamer. And in a gaming, and also being part of a gaming community. Right? There's just so many things that you can kind of dive into in Steam. You know, so again, they even have, you know, stats that you can look up and everything else, which I'm not going to get into right now. But anyway, check out the Next Fest. Get the demos now before it runs out, because once it runs out, you can't play the demo anymore. All right, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Love y'all. Like, sub, and share. Comment in the section below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what games you like. Tell me if you like the games I liked, or at least were interested in. God bless. Bye.